On May 7th, 2024, the South Korean embassy in Thailand received a chilling phone call. A man named Pachon had been kidnapped, and his captors were demanding a ransom, or they would kill him. What began as a desperate call for help unraveled into a horrifying international crime involving betrayal, blackmail, and brutal murder. Why did 3 Korean nationals lure Pachon to Thailand? What secrets were they hiding? And how did investigators finally uncover the truth? Dive deep into this shocking story of deception, death, and justice across borders. On May 7th, 2024, staff at the South Korean embassy in Thailand received a chilling phone call. The woman on the other end spoke in a trembling and terrified voice. "Hello, is this the embassy? My younger brother in Thailand has been kidnapped. They said they want to kill him." According to the information from the caller, her younger brother's name was Pachon, and he was traveling alone in Thailand. On the morning of April 30th, she suddenly received a call from a stranger using an out-of-town number, but he spoke Korean. He claimed that her brother had taken their goods and dumped them in the river, causing massive financial loss. He demanded 130 million won in ransom to be exchanged through a Thai broker for 3 million baht, or her brother would disappear forever. As the eldest sister, she was the first to receive the call. At first, she was in shock, but the more she thought about it, the more suspicious it seemed, especially since she had just seen her brother at home not long ago. In recent years, online scams have become more rampant, so she tried to contact her brother, but no matter how hard she tried, he didn't answer. She went to the police, but because this was a cross-border case, the investigation was complicated. Police advised her to contact the Korean embassy in Thailand, where collaboration with Thai police could be faster. She did just that. The embassy responded quickly. Over time, they had handled similar cases and had already built strong communication channels with Thai police. A report was made, and Thai authorities immediately began their investigation. The missing person, Pachon, was 34 years old. He had entered Thailand as a tourist on April 30th. He had a Thai ex-girlfriend he had met online, and though their relationship had ended, he told his sister he planned to visit her during this trip. Police located the ex-girlfriend, who appeared nervous and pale. During questioning, she recalled they had planned to meet at Club 66 in Bangkok on May 2nd. The club was a well-known hotspot for Korean tourists, especially on Viman Road. She was excited to see him again, even as just friends. She said they met at a bar upstairs in the club. Everything seemed normal at first, but she noticed Pachon was not alone. He was with another Korean man. She didn't think much of it. Locals and tourists mingling was common. She introduced herself, but the two men spoke only in Korean. After a while, she stepped away to use the bathroom. When she returned, both men were gone. She messaged Pachon, who replied with a video saying they had just stepped outside. When she went out, she saw him getting into a car with a colored body and driving off. Their last messages lasted just a minute before going silent. A few days later, she received a strange message from his number. The wording was unnatural, clearly translated through an app. It didn't sound like him. She became suspicious. After that, there was no more contact. Police asked if there had been drugs involved. She firmly said no. She hated the smell of drugs and believed none of her friends, including the victim, used them. She suspected that someone wanted to ruin the victim's image, possibly so the family wouldn't pursue legal action. Police shifted their attention to Club 66. Reviewing CCTV footage, they saw that just after midnight on May 3rd, a man was seen escorting Pachon out of the club. He matched the description given by the ex-girlfriend. Even more suspicious, as the two men exited the club, a car was already parked outside, waiting. Inside were two more men. The driver got out to greet the suspect, suggesting they were close. Then all four men entered the car and drove away. The relationship between these men seemed too coordinated to be a coincidence. Security footage showed the car's license plate clearly. When police tracked it, they found it belonged to a car dealership. Shockingly, the car was registered using real personal information. Isoyi L, age 26, from Cheongbuk Province, South Korea. Comparing images from traffic accidents and immigration records, police confirmed this man was the same one seen in the footage with Fachan. Using the car's GPS, they traced the suspect's route. After leaving the club, they went to a villa in Banglamung, Chonburi. But by the time police arrived, the suspects and victim were gone. The car was left behind, parked at the villa. Villa records showed that on May 1st, 3 Korean men checked in under their real names. Isoyi L, 26, Kim Ki-yemin, 39, Ifasi, 27. All three had entered Thailand about a year earlier. Security footage from the villa showed the men driving a UP car from a local dealership. They visited a store to purchase 200 liters of black diesel, cement, and other construction materials. Then, they returned to the villa. The next day, they left the villa carrying a large black container in the car. GPS showed them driving to a roadside shop, then to a pond nearby. Around 11:17 p.m., the car left and went to a hotel. The container was no longer visible. CCTV showed a black object in the back of the vehicle earlier that night, but when the car left, the object was gone. It was suspected that this was Fachan's body placed inside the container, then dumped into the pond. The water tank was large, 200 liters, enough to fit a human body. Worried the suspects had already fled the country, police launched an international investigation and asked Interpol for assistance. Dive teams were sent to search the pond. On February 9th, police released the suspects' names and photos to the public. Shortly after, Fachan's sister received another message from his phone, threatening her again and demanding money. On May 3rd, a 3.7 million won transfer was made from the victim's account to a bank named Isoyi L. Police believe this was part of the ongoing scam and fake messaging to extract more ransom. After 3 days of search efforts, divers discovered a large black rubber drum at the bottom of the pond. Weighing over 100 kilograms and filled with hardened cement, the drum was pulled up. When it was broken open, inside was the body of a man covered in cement. His hands were missing, likely to prevent identification. But modern DNA technology confirmed the body was indeed Fachan. According to forensics, he had been severely beaten, his bones broken, and was ultimately strangled to death. Sedatives were also found in his system. Investigators learned that one suspect, Isoyi, had already returned to Korea. He tried to hide at his home in Cheongbuk, but was arrested by Korean police in December. When captured, he tried to harm himself, but was stopped. Isoyi had a criminal past, involved in 4 other cases prior to this one. Another suspect was found in Phnom Penh, Cambodia, and arrested on May 15th, just before moving to a new hiding place. The last suspect, Kim Ki-yemin, evaded capture for months, crossing borders and forging IDs before finally being arrested in Hanoi, Vietnam, on September 12th. In custody, the 3 gave conflicting stories. Isoyi claimed he was only involved in the kidnapping. Ifasi denied involvement in the murder. Kim Ki-yemin stayed silent, only saying, "I'm sorry," repeatedly. The truth slowly emerged. Isoyi had been lured to Thailand by Kim with promises of easy scam money. When Thai authorities began cracking down on online scams, they turned to Korean tourists as their next targets. They would find victims online, build trust, and lure them to Club 66. Then, they would drug and rob them. But in Fachan's case, something went wrong. He woke up and fought back, leading the criminals to kill him and dump his body in cement to hide the evidence. From June to October 2024, Korean courts held trials. On January 16, 2025, the verdict was announced. ISO-EL, life imprisonment. Kim Ki-emin, 30 years. Ethisi, 25 years. All three were also ordered to wear electronic ankle monitors for 10 years. By January 21, the defense team appealed, claiming the punishments were too harsh. But chances of a reduced sentence are slim. Fachan's story is a tragic reminder of how dark human greed can become and how even the most carefully planned crimes will eventually be brought into the light. If this story touched you, please like this video, comment your thoughts, share with friends, and subscribe to support our channel.